this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Justice League of America issue 5, and I did read this issue digitally because my comic book store didn't have it. Something went wrong with shipping, so I did read this issue digitally because I know you guys actually wanted this review. A lot of people voted for this to have an in-depth review, so I definitely didn't want to disappoint you guys, so I did get it digitally. And honestly, myself, after seeing that cover, I was like, I kind of want to read this a lot. So, definitely I had to read it digitally, so I did. But before I start talking about this issue, I just want to give you guys a couple updates. That I read so many comics this week. I think we all did. It was a really big week for comics, and I didn't get to review everything. I didn't get everything I wanted, like Larfleece and Red Lanterns. I decided not to buy. And hopefully I can read digitally later, but, you know, this week later, if I hear it's good. Tell me in the comments below if those two series were good, and if you have any recommendations of comics I didn't read. But yeah, a lot of comics came out this week, so I have a lot of exclusive comics for Comic Uno Episode 3, which is the show where I review every comic book I read in, all the comic books I read this week in one show. So, here are the exclusive comics for, Episode 3. Which is Jupiter Legacy issue 2, which I read digitally. Wolverine X-Men issue 32. Scarlet Spider issue 18. Morning Glories issue 28. Nova issue 5. And Green Team issue 2. So if you want to go check out all those reviews exclusively on episode 3, and again, every review I reviewed, every comic book I reviewed this week in one show, and every comic book I read in one show, go check out episode 3 of Comic Uno. Also have a couple more updates for this week and the next 2 weeks for Comic Uno, so go check out updates, Comic Uno updates, kind of important updates, so go check out that video. It'll also be annotated on this video. Let's go talk about Justice League issue 5. So here's the cover. The cover really impressed me. I wasn't really thinking someone was gonna die, and I don't think anyone actually thought Catwoman died, because it definitely would have been bigger news if she did die. And honestly, I didn't read the last issue because I wasn't able to get it. So, but I did hear about the Catwoman thing. It was like everywhere, and I heard it was a really good issue. But love this cover here. Love this cover. I love the art for it also. I think it was really detailed, and we're all speculating who's gonna die, and someone's gonna die from the Justice League, and I hope it's not Stargirl. I just like that character a lot. But yeah, I didn't think that Catwoman died because there's Martian Manhunter. So we get to see that right in the beginning, that Martian Manhunter was Catwoman, so no one died, which I thought was really cool. So yeah, we get to see them stay away from the Secret Society, and they don't defeat the Secret Society, but they do their best, the JLA. And then Steve Trevor actually has a talk with Amanda Waller, because Amanda Waller's having second thoughts of the JLA. She's like, I don't even want them here. I don't think they're good enough. I don't think they could defeat the Justice League, and they're so easy to replace. But Steve Trevor's like, I believe in these people, even though I didn't believe them, you know, a couple of months ago. I believe in them now. So we get to see JLA is still a team, and Amanda Waller, it seems like that was her plan, to tell that to Steve Trevor. And then we get to see Dr. Light probably be a very big player with the JLA. And who trusts Amanda Waller? I don't trust her, especially with this issue. I think once the Trinity War starts coming, JLA is going to question Amanda Waller and Argus, which I think is going to be really cool. I hope they do stray away from Amanda Waller and become a bigger and more of a patriotic team. I'm more excited for that. And also we get, you know, more backstory from Martian Manhunter, which is always fun because he's a stronger character here in New 52 and a way different one. So it's really cool to see his backstory. So I really enjoyed that also. So JLA as a whole, I thought this was an interesting issue. I thought it was a little slow in the beginning, a little predictable with the Martian Manhunter thing. I mean, I would have liked a little bit of a surprise. I think we all guessed Martian Manhunter was Catwoman, but maybe some people wasn't. It was a surprise because everyone thought Catwoman was dead. But obviously, like, as a comic book reviewer and a person that's read comic books for a while, I knew she wasn't dead. But I think for maybe less people that haven't seen that in the past, it was kind of a surprise. So maybe the Martian Manhunter thing was a surprise for some people. But the fight with the Secret Society was a little bit on the slow side, but I really love the ending of this issue, where we get to see Steve Trevor trust his team, and again, Amanda Waller's motives. Really interesting. I love how this team really interacts with each other, and then seeing Baz finally on the team, that was cool. I love this roster, so that's awesome. The Martian Manhunter secondary story was really good. Loving to learn more about that character, because he is a really strong character who deserves his own series, but at least we get in the secondary story with him, and I think that's always, if it's popular enough, we always will get a solo series with that. So hopefully we will get a Martian Manhunter solo series soon, and we get a little bit of a taste of that with this secondary story. I'm going to try to see if there's anything else that was kind of impressive. Yeah, I mean, it was a solid issue. I thought there was going to be a little bit more to it, but I thought the ending really made up for it. Just seeing more with Steve Trevor and Amanda Waller, I think that was my favorite part, and definitely it's all about the motives in JLA. You don't know whose motives are what, and you know who to trust, and that's something that I really like seeing, and you really do question again still in the end of this issue. So a little bit of a slow beginning, but maybe that's just because I've read a lot of comic books, but I still think it was a really solid issue. The one thing I did have a problem with, stylized art. Same art as Teen Titans, which I'm not a big fan of. It kind of worked here because I don't love the dark art that we usually get with this series, so it wasn't that bad. I actually did enjoy it somewhat more than the art we usually get. So it's a little stylized here, but it wasn't that bad. Because again, it's better from that darker art we usually get. But still, solid issue, 4 stars. I expected a little bit more from it. I really want to give this 5 stars, honestly. I was like reading it, seeing that cover, I'm like, this is going to be amazing. But it was a little bit of a letdown, but still enjoyed it. I definitely think you should read it if you read the last issue. It's still a really good series. So I do give this 4 stars. I hope you guys enjoyed, guys. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and the Ryan Situations, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.